everybody, and welcome back to Fandom Fights. We are here for a title match. I am Robert Parker. Alongside me is Thomas Scully. Scully, how you doing today?
Doing well, yeah. This is the rematch everyone's been waiting for. Last last time out, Knights of Ren came in with their undefeated record, and DUM-E was able to do the impossible and knock them off. And then Knights of Ren went into this 16-team tournament, ran through their 4 opponents to get back to this title match, and now here we are. This should be a really, really fun match.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm excited to see if DUM-E can repeat their success the last time they played this team. Ren obviously trying to come back for their title that they held for so long. Let's just get right into it, and let's see what these teams have to say in their promos.
So, last time Tuig lost, it was to Scully, and he never let go of that belt. Tonight, it's time to get the belt back. Let's play.
Gentlemen, here we are.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling?
Endless amounts of nerves and non-nerves.
Okay.
Obviously, we're here because we're champions, which is still a weird concept to think about. But I mean, we figured this was going to happen. We're back here for round 2.
Oh yeah.
We would think that there's not as much pressure on us, but I'm a person who always feels pressure. So for me personally, it keeps going and going, and I'm just hoping that we put up another good match like we did the last time.
Yeah, yes, there's always nerves going into a match, but really yes, if we lose, we're supposed to lose. And if we win, we beat the Knights of Ren twice. Nobody else has even beaten them once. So that will never change, no matter what happens today.
True. I have prepared a speech for you guys, if it's okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We love to hear it. Let's go.
Just to be clear, not mine. I decided to borrow some lyrics from Canada's greatest export, the Dayglow Abortions, from their landmark album, Fetus of Fetus. The song is called Arg Fuck Kill, and the lyrics are blah, 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 blah. So you guys got this, clearly. So
quite a composition.
Fucking let's kick this pig. Let's do it.
All right, interesting promos. I think that Sweet and Short by Knights of Ren, they're looking to get the job done here, and DUM-E coming in with a similar attitude it seems to when the first time they played Ren, which is if we win, great, it'll be the impossible, but they're confident in their skills as well.
Yeah, whenever Cody cuts a promo short after 10 seconds, they're coming for blood, and I think we know what kind of team we're getting right now from Knights of Ren. And with DUM-E, again, like you said, same attitude as the first time. If we win, we've done the impossible. If we lose, it's no sweat.
All right, so with that, let's bring these teams in and we can get started. All right, so let's start with the rules for round 1. They are as follows. You get 10 questions from 10 predetermined randomized fandom categories. You have to write the answer down. You got about 15 seconds to write the answer. If you get it right, you get a point for your team. If you get all 10 correct, you'll be gosh, wow. Hello. If you get them all right, you'll get a bonus question worth an additional 1 point at the end. Each team has 4 repeats and a challenge to use throughout the course of the match to buy themselves an additional 15 seconds. And I think that's it. Scully, did I miss anything in my weird brain right now?
Nope. I think you got everything in randomized order, but you got it all down. So we're good.
Well, as long as it's all there. So with that, let's get started. If Robert and Jake, you guys ready?
Let's go.
And Tim and Nick?
Mine's still a little blown from whatever Bill did, but yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we will get started right away in the category of Marvel. How does Dave kill Frank D'Amico in Kick-Ass?
I enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think it's aged particularly well, but at the time, and even still now, I think it's still pretty good. 5.
I think for non-MCU Marvel, this was pretty
2,
revolutionary for what it did.
Down. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's start with Jake.
Shoots him with a grenade launcher.
And Nick?
Shoots him with a bazooka.
And Rob?
I said blow up with RPG.
And Tim?
With a bazooka.
I think that we can accept both of Knights of Ren, and I think we can accept Roberts as well. Scully, where are you leaning on that? I'm not sure grenade launcher is correct.
I don't think grenade launcher is correct. I think we can accept RPG.
I do believe RPG is correct. Yeah.
But I believe grenade launcher and bazooka / RPG are different weapons. So I would say that Jake is incorrect and Robert is.
That was my ruling as well. So, Knights of Ren will take a 2-1 lead as we go into your next question.
All right, guys. Your second question is in Middle Earth. What is Dane's nickname in Battle of the Five Armies? I think this movie gets a little too much hate.
I
Just a
agree.
little bit
I
too much
stand by
hate.
this one. 5,
It's the
4,
worst of all of them, but
3,
it's still
2,
very entertaining.
1. Pens down. Starting with Nick
Said Ironfoot.
and Robert
I also said Ironfoot.
and Tim
I also said Ironfoot.
and Robert. All right, excuse me, Jake.
I also said Ironfoot.
And you are all correct. In sleep with that question. Your next one is in the category of Wizarding World. What creatures prevent Fleur from completing the second task of the Triwizard Tournament in Goblet of Fire?
This movie slaps.
Hydration check.
Always got to stay hydrated. Otherwise, your mouth gets super dry and then the questions come out all scrambled.
5, 4. We wouldn't want that. 3,
Nope.
2, 1. Did somebody call for a repeat? I'm sorry.
Robert said repeat.
Your question again. What creatures prevent Fleur from completing the second task of the Triwizard Tournament in Goblet of Fire? That is the first repeat for them.
Mhm.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Robert, we're going to come to you first.
I don't have a good answer, so I'm not gonna show it.
And Tim.
Grindylows.
And Jake.
I was gonna change to that, and I just said mer people.
And Nick.
Zigrindylos.
Grindylows is correct on that one.
Let's never go past Grindylows. Sorry. Your next question is going to come in the category of Worlds of DC. When Bruce is training before his fight with Superman, which of the Justice League's files does he open? One of those questions.
One of those questions. 5.
It's a brutal training
4,
mission for
3,
Bruce Wayne.
2, 1. He got ripped though. Pens down. We're starting with Tim on this one.
Oh, sure. I said Diana.
And Jake.
The Flash.
And Nick.
Wonder Woman.
And Robert.
I also said Wonder Woman.
Woman Diana
Woman
is
is
correct. Yep.
Oh man, sorry, Robert.
Your next one is in the category of Star Wars. What region of Jakku does Rey tell BB-8 to stay off of when they first meet in The Force Awakens?
All questions from really good movies so far, except for, of course, the other one.
Wait, except for what?
Except for Batman v
5,
Superman.
4. Right.
If we're talking
3,
about the
2,
theatrical.
1. Pens down, please. We're starting with Jake.
I think I forgot a word. I said the Dunes. I'm wrong.
And Nick.
I said the sinking fields.
And Robert.
I had it wrong. I said Gentle Waste.
And Tim.
I'm wrong, but I wrote Nema Outpost.
The answer we have is the Kelvin Ridge.
Kelvin Ridge.
But we need to take a second because I think Sinking Fields might also be right.
I think she's.
All right, we're back, and after a quick deliberation and some ruling, we are going to accept Sinking Fields. Nick will get that question right. He will bring his team's total up to 9. Robert and Jake currently sitting at 4 as we go into your next question.
Good job, Nick.
All right, your next question. In Planet of the Apes, in War for the Planet of the Apes, Rocket and Blue Eyes show what's beyond the mountains by bringing out a bag of what?
Still continuing the trend of damn good movies, huh?
Exactly. My sister just asked me what the Netflix password is, and I'm trying to remember what I actually
5,
reset it
4,
to.
3, 2, 1. Pens down as we continue the inner monologue of Thomas Scully. We are starting with Nick, I believe.
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. Same.
And Robert.
Maybe there's spice in there, sand.
And Tim
I put rocks. I don't know.
and Jake.
I put rice.
We were looking for sand. That is the correct answer. All right, your next one is in the category of horror icons. How does Freddy kill Philip, a habitual sleepwalker, in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors?
I don't like this one as much as other people.
It's the only one I've seen.
Really interesting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we are starting with Robert this time.
Drops him from a tower.
And Tim
Makes him fall from a tower.
and Jake
Makes him walk off a building.
and Nick.
Has him fall off a building.
Accept all of those answers.
Yeah.
You're all correct.
All right, move on to your next question, which is in DreamWorks. Who voices Heather, a young opossum who is embarrassed by her father in Over the Hedge?
And that streak of movies ends here.
Oh, come on. This movie's great. Great
Great is
soundtrack,
a
too.
relative term, I suppose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Starting with Robert
I said Chloe Grace Moretz.
and Tim
Avril Lavigne.
and Jake
She said, "See you later, boy." Avril Lavigne.
and Nick.
She wasn't good enough for her. Yeah, Avril Lavigne.
That is correct. All right, we go to your penultimate question here in the category of Disney live action. What does Jack emerge from in his first scene of Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest?
Start a new streak.
We're restarted. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Repeat.
Okay,
Okay.
that is Knights of Red's first repeat. Your question again. What does Jack emerge from in his first scene of Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest? Need answers in 5, 4, 3,
Sorry, Tim.
2,
It's all good,
1.
buddy.
Pens down. We are starting.
A coffin.
And Jake
I thought he was like in a chest, then like just burst out of it. Yeah.
and Nick
Yeah, I said swamp, but coffin.
and Jake, or excuse me, Robert. I'm sorry.
I said mud. I didn't know.
Coffin was the correct answer. Tim, the only one to get that one right.
And no more perfect rounds, unfortunately, with that miss. All right, guys, your last question coming in the category of Disney animation. What is the name of Captain Amelia's first mate in Treasure Planet? If I had a nickel for every time Kilco told me this was one of the best Disney movies, I'd have about 27 nickels.
That's quite a few. 5, 4,
Enough
3,
to beat him with.
2,
He talks about it so
1.
much.
You put him in a sock. Oh yeah. Pens down, please. We're starting with Jake
Arrow.
and Nick
Said Mr. Hyde, which is a character from that monster.
and Jake. Or gosh, I'm so sorry, Robert.
I was thinking of Muppet Treasure. I said Samuel Arrow.
And Tim.
I said Jim.
Arrow was correct. I'm not sure that the first name Samuel was ever given.
I don't think it's ever given in Treasure Planet,
I don't
unfortunately.
think so.
But
So we
we
can't
can't accept
accept
Jake's
that.
answer of Arrow. So with that, round 1 will come to a close. As Scully said, no perfect rounds. Now we have Knights of Ren at 15 and Dummies at 9. But anything can happen as we continue this match with round 2. The way round 2 works is it's the wheel round. We'll bring up a wheel with a bunch of categories on it, and the team in the lead, in this case Knights of Ren, will get to choose if they'd like to spin first or defer. Whatever team is up gets to spin. If they don't like what they landed on, they can choose to respin, but then they have to stick with the second option. Once we've gotten a category, you'll get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece. You can check down to multiple choice to be only worth 1 point. And of course, there is stealing in this round too. So should your opponents miss, you can pick up steals. So with that, we're going to take one moment and bring up the wheel. And we are back. Here's the wheel for our round 2. Your categories today are Worlds of DC, MCU, Fandom Oscars, Horror Icons, Disney Live Action, Marvel, Planet of the Apes, DreamWorks, Star Trek, and Wizarding World. So, with that, Knights of Ren, would you like to spin first or defer?
We will defer.
Okay. And then with that, we'll go to Dummies and your first spin.
All right, let's see what we got.
It lands on Planet of the Apes. All right. Need an answer here. All right. You guys going to be
Yeah.
keeping or spinning?
Yeah, we will spin again.
Your second spin lands on Worlds of DC. All right. Excuse me. So, I believe Scully will be giving you your questions in the category of Worlds of DC.
All right, guys. Your first question in the category of Worlds of DC. After Helena Bertinelli survives the attack on her family in Birds of Prey, what island does she train on to become an assassin?
Five, four.
Sicily, final answer.
That is
That is
correct,
correct
for
for 2
2 points.
points. All right, your next question. In Wonder Woman 1984, Diana said the only thing she was able to make disappear before the jet was what item which she lost?
Coffee cup, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. Your third question. After the car crash at the opening of Shazam, what does Thad's magic 8-ball read?
Find us, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points. Your next question. What author does Arthur quote during his narration in the opening of Aquaman?
Jules Verne, final answer.
2 more points. That is correct. And your last question. Which member of the Suicide Squad requested an espresso machine after defeating Enchantress?
Harley Quinn, final answer.
And that is correct for a clean sweep. Good job, guys.
And with that, 10 out of 10 points. They bring their score up to 19 as we go into Knights of Ren's spin. All right, so Knights of Ren, your first spin is in. And it lands on Wizarding World.
We will be taking it.
All right, then I will be giving you your questions in the category of Wizarding World. All right. All right, here we go. Which vault at Gringotts housed Harry's small fortune in Sorcerer's Stone? In 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the
Sure.
question.
All right, their second repeat. Which vault at Gringotts housed Harry's small fortune in Sorcerer's Stone? In 5.
Multiple
4.
choice.
Your options are A, Vault 457, B, Vault 592, C, Vault 687, D, Vault 713. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
C, final answer.
C is correct for 1 point. Right, your next question. Besides Griphook, what other goblin accompanies Harry and his friends to Bellatrix's vault in Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Bogrod, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. In Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, what disease do Tina and Queenie say their parents died from?
Dragonpox, final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. All right. Who tells the group that Mad Eye died the night Harry was moved in Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Bill Weasley, final answer.
That's correct for 2 points. And your final question. Who informs the Hogwarts students and staff that Sirius Black has broken into the castle in Prisoner of Azkaban?
The Fat Lady, final answer.
That is correct for another 2 points. So Ren picking up 9 of the possible 10 points there brings their score up to 24 to Robert and Jake's 19. Is that the correct score, Scully?
Yes, that is
Wonderful.
correct.
All right, wonderful. So with that, we will now go into the filmography round. The way this is going to work is each team gets 3 questions. One is a 1-pointer, one's a 2-pointer, one's a 3-pointer. It'll be 2 descriptors, and you have to say the actor or actress that's being described. One teammate has to take the 1-pointer, a different teammate will take the 2, and then they can collaborate on the 3. So with that, we will start with the team that's behind. We'll start with dummies at this time, and excuse me, sorry. We have to get Ren to choose if they would like questions from set 1 or set 2.
You want to keep going with 1?
Yeah, sure.
Cody, are you cool with that? I would assume you are. Okay. Yes, we're going to go with set 1.
Okay. Then from dummies, which one of you would like to take the 1-pointer?
Moi, me.
Okay. Scully, would you be able to give dummies their questions? The 1-pointer from set 2.
1-pointer from set 2. 1-pointer from set 2. Okay. All right. Robert, your 1-pointer in set number 2. Who plays an IMF superior and a Worlds of DC father?
Five, 4,
Repeat.
3, 2.
Second repeat. Who plays an IMF superior and a Worlds of DC father?
Five, 4, 3.
Lawrence
2.
Fishburne.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Billy Crudup. Billy Crudup.
Hmm.
All right, so we'll
All
move to Jake.
Yep.
Yeah, Jake, for your 2-pointer in set 2. Who voices a Pixar toy and plays an MCU weapons-dealing villain?
Five, 4, 3.
Walton Goggins.
Incorrect. We're looking for Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton.
So then we can continue to dummies for their 3-pointer, which they can collaborate on.
All right, guys. Your 3-pointer in set number 2. Who plays a Disney live-action author and a Wizarding World professor?
Robert, I think it's Jim Broadbent because I think he's in Chronicles of Narnia. I think he's an author of Chronicles of Narnia.
Yep.
Jim Broadbent. Final answer.
That is
Incorrect.
incorrect. The answer we have is Emma Thompson.
Do not believe he is an author in Narnia. He's
He
a
is not an
retired
author.
professor.
He is a professor in Narnia. Would you like to challenge?
We'll lose. So I mean, we're gonna lose anyway, just overall. So, but no, we will not challenge.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
Okay.
All right. So then we'll move to Ren for their 1-pointer. Which one would take this question?
Tim, you're muted.
I will attempt to take it.
All right. Tim, your 1-pointer from set 1. Who plays a Star Trek villain and voices a DreamWorks secret agent?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, your 2-pointer to Nick. Who voices a Disney animated assistant mayor and voices a DC villain's accomplice?
Jenny Slate.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question, Knights of Ren, 3-pointer. Who plays a Bond computer programmer and a Marvel mutant?
Alan Cumming.
Yep.
Alan Cumming, final answer.
That is correct for 3 points. All right, so after that round, I have Knights of Ren at 30 and Dummies at 19, and we will go into the deep cut round. Scully, would you like to run through the rules of the deep cut round?
Absolutely, guys. You all chose various movies from the various categories in Fandom Fights. There are 5 questions in each deep cut film. What we're going to do is we're going to spin a wheel 5 times. It's going to land on a movie in which you will get the corresponding question from that movie. You guys can collaborate on these deep cut questions. Both teams have 2 repeats left, and it is an 11-point lead, so we are in officially knockout territory. So keep that in mind, and the hosts, Robert and I, will keep track of the score in case it gets out of reach early.
Okay, there we go. All right, so here is your wheel. The categories that movies could have been selected from. The categories that were drafted are Pixar, DC, YA Dystopia, Worlds of DC, Planet of the Apes, Middle Earth, Star Wars, Mission Impossible, MCU, and Star Trek. So with that, we will get your first spin for your first question. And it is Star Trek. All right, we're back. So the first spin landed on Star Trek. The Star Trek movie that was drafted was Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country. So I will lead you off with the first question from Star Trek VI. What's the name of the Klingon general who speaks with Sulu about the incident on Praxis at the start of the film? Five, four, three, two, one. Pens down, please. Let's start with Jake
Kurla.
and Tim.
Brigadier Kurla.
Both of those are correct. 2 points to each team. We'll bring the wheel back up for your spin again. All right, your second question is going to come from Middle Earth. All right, Scully, do you want to do the second question from the Middle Earth movie?
I love nothing more. All right, guys, your question in Fellowship of the Ring. What other name does the Tower of Weathertop go by?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jake.
Amon Sewell.
And Tim.
Amon Sewell.
Both of those are correct. Bring my little wheel back up. For your third spin. It lands again on Middle Earth. Third question for Fellowship. What is the name of the bridge in Moria where Gandalf makes his last stand against the Balrog? In 5, 4, 3.
Repeat
Two.
the question.
Okay. Your question again. What's the name of the bridge in Moria where Gandalf made his last stand against the Balrog? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Jake will be coming to you first.
The Bridge of Khazad-dûm.
And Tim?
Khazad-dûm.
That is correct. All right. I will bring my wheel back for the fourth spin. Come on. There we go. Sorry, Vanna. Whoever's trying to bring my wheel back in the background. All right, your fourth spin. Lands on MCU. There we go. All right, Scully,
right.
the fourth question from the MCU movie.
From the MCU. All right, so guys, your fourth question from Captain America: The First Avenger. In what mountain range is Hydra's main base located in?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Jake will be coming to you first.
The Alps.
And Tim?
Alps.
Both are correct. All right. There it is. And your final question is going to be from the Y Dystopia movie.
And I should point out, if Knights of Ren gets this correct, no matter what happens with dummies, they will win via knockout.
All right. Your YA movie was Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. And your question. Haymitch says that Plutarch got word that Peeta and the others were being held where in the capital? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Jake, what do you have?
The Tribute Center.
And Tim?
The Tribute Center.
And your winners and new Fandom Fights team champions,
They
Knights
wish.
of Ren, Tim and Nick. Wow, Scully. That was good. Let's have a few words between the two of us, and then we will go to some post-match interviews. Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Knights of Ren just came to play today. And Dummies, I think they had a wonderful second round and a wonderful fourth round. I think they got off to a little bit of a rocky start in round one, and then the filmographies, I don't know if, maybe they didn't take all their time or what happened, but the question just didn't fall their way, and Ren was able to capitalize. What do you think?
Yeah, and we've seen these scenarios before where teams come into the match, they fall a little bit behind in round one. But with dummies, they got right back on the horse in round 2, went 10 for 10 in Worlds of DC. The main difference was that filmography round. They missed all 3 filmography questions, and that is a much more crucial round than a lot of people realize, because that's 6 points hanging in the balance. I've been in matches like that where a filmography question can change the entire landscape of the match, from the players' emotional feelings, from the score, everything. But good for Knights of Ren for maintaining that lead throughout the deep cuts. They didn't give one up,
Right.
and they got their belts back. So kind of order has been restored, as you would say, probably.
Yeah, props to them. So we will now go into post-match interviews. Let's start with let's start with dummies. Jake, Robert. Hey, I think you guys had some good rounds there. Round 2, especially, you just swept, and those were not hard, or those were not the easiest questions in the world. Those Worlds of DC ones either. So you got nothing to hang your heads about. I think you guys still played well. Still can be proud of how you played. But what's going through your minds right now? How are you feeling?
So like I said before the match, no matter what happened today, we're still the only team that has ever beaten Knights of Ren,
Right.
and that's today didn't go our way. We played 50% lights out, and then 50% dead.
Yeah.
So I think we proved that we're not bad. Last time wasn't a total fluke, maybe a little one, but the difference was we swept our filmography round last time, and this time we choked in the filmography round. And that's just like Scully said, those 6 points were crucial. If we had hit one of those questions, we would be going to round 5, and who knows from there. So
Right.
I think for me, at least, I wasn't sure about whether we would need repeats in round 4, but I should have used one there. And yeah, it just it's never fun to get knocked out, but it's when you're playing players of the caliber of Knights of Ren, we are not the first people they have done this to. So it's not like we're special in that regard. So they're the best team that's ever been in this division, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be hard to match. However long this division continues to last. And they're incredible players. They're incredible showrunners. And I can't necessarily speak for Robert, but I think he would agree. It has been an honor to play them twice.
Yeah. And just to step in, I mean, Knights of Ren said it the last time that we played them, is that they were a little bit tired. And Jake and I are spread a bit thin in terms more than a bit in terms of all the stuff
like butter scraped over bread. To quote Fellowship of the Ring.
Indeed. So I think that just kind of caught up with us. I usually like to take a week or 2 at least to go over stuff, and I had less than a week based on other stuff I had coming on. So that's not an excuse. They definitely deserve to win, and we didn't deserve to win. But I think it does speak to our mindset. I don't think we got down after round 1. I think we were fine, which is why we came back in round 2. I just think that round 3 I threw us for a loop for some reason. I don't know why.
They just weren't in our wheelhouse.
Just weren't in our wheelhouse.
For whatever reason.
And 5-1, and we were champions. So you can't take that away.
Yeah, that's still a hell of an accomplishment. Like I said, I think you guys have a lot to be proud of. Like you said, you can't take away that first one, definitely, and you definitely were never you never counted yourselves out. You always came back fighting in this match. So thanks for playing. Hopefully, we'll see you again playing for the title soon. Obviously, you have what it takes to win them, and I'm sure you can do it again.
We got a whole other year next year, boys. I love you guys. I am proud of you. I know you burned yourselves out, but they're great for a reason, but you also beat them. So you can lead a donkey to water, but you can't kick a waffle in the balls. Just remember that. I don't know what any of that means. I don't prepare these things.
All right. So now we can go over and chat to the new champions, Knights of Ren. How are you guys feeling?
Oh, we're fine. No, I guess I'll start. Great, fantastic. I don't think last time was a fluke by any means. They had to play one of the best games we've seen, and other people on this call might disagree by the faces that are being made. But They had to play one of the best team matches in fandom history to beat us last time, and they did that. And I absolutely will always commend them for that. This is something me and Tim really wanted to do. We weren't even sure we'd make it out of the tournament. So like going up against like License to Chill and Guns and Ships, so we thought at any moment we could, our run for this year could be over. So just to make it back was cool. And me and Tim wanted this one really, really bad because 15-0 is cool. 15-1 less cool, but 14-2 way less cool. So we really wanted this, and we're very happy. Unless Tim's not happy, and I'm speaking for. Sorry, Tim.
I'm furious. No, I'm very happy. Nick said it really well. It was not a fluke that they beat us last time. Okay, Cody, I'm sorry. They bested us. They played one of the best matches in fandom history. It's the truth. And it got under our skin, and we worked hard in the tournament, and we worked really hard to this one. And I think that shows. Nick went 8 in round 1, had a couple perfect rounds in the tournament. We did the whole deep cut, like our deep cut was a thing last time where we got a little nervous. We were able to go through it this time. I think we did what we came out to do, which was we worked our asses off to get here. We worked our asses off to play them, and it paid off. So yeah. And I hate the betting.
So it was a fluke last time, and I'll say why. I get called. I hear like through the whisperings of this community of how much I'm such a cyberbully and how much I'm mean to everybody. But listen, I'll just say at this point, what were we 10-0 when we went there? Okay, 10-0. No offense to Jake and Robert, we thought you had no fucking chance of beating us last time, and we took it easy on that match. Like, it just shows that there was areas. I've been around this team so many times. 15 wins, 1 loss. I know exactly when they play up to their highest potential to the lowest potential. They were ready to the end of this year to be wrapped up, and they thought that that match was a foregone conclusion. Turned out it wasn't. Things went wrong for us. We missed 2 key points in that match, and that was it. That was the game. That match happened for this match to happen. Like, there's a reason. We were fully focused in this match, and it ended in 4 rounds. I don't care if you're playing in 17 different matches. You're stretched thin. They were ready. They were fully ready, and they made sure they didn't go to round 5. That's what this team is. So, hats off. I'm glad that you guys won the titles. That will always be your thing. It will be same as Mischief Manage. It's a nice little paper title up there for a lot of people. But the real champions took over the belts, and they ended. Listen, and I can go out with a blaze of glory right now because I'm not doing this shit next year. This is my last match managing. I don't want to predate this. I don't want to. Jake Meltzer, start dancing. Robert, everybody in Fun DMC, you don't have to deal with me on calls next year. I am done, but I will tell you, this is the greatest team that has ever played in either division, and I've managed the concept. This is the greatest team. They work so well together. They did so many great things, and it was a fantastic time to manage the First Order through everything. But yeah, besides Game of Factions, I'm done. You guys won. Jake, enjoy the division without me next year. So
I want to say one more thing. I will now never look at Steve Zahn without thinking of Jake and Robert. So they have imprinted that on me forever. I was watching Friends a few weeks ago, and he cameoed in an episode, and I threw up. So that is, they can hold like that. Know that you have scarred me forever. But also, yeah, I'm pretty pumped right now, and that's a good point. This will air before the singles match, but yes, this was the last one for Cody. So thank you, Cody, for managing us, because it's always been.
We'll miss you, buddy.
I'm done.
Yeah,
done. Yes. Bye. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Scully. Again.
Yes, agreed.
Enjoy me not being around next year. Those great times.
So with that, we have crowned new champions. Scully is looking forward to a life without Cody. From everybody at Fandom Fights, from myself, from Scully, from everybody who played or managed today, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Fandom Fights.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good.